We are going to start the poem line by line. ठीक है ना? Line by line. That is my last Duchess painted on the wall. As I have presented the whole background in front of you, so now it is the messenger from the count, uh, with the daughter of whom the Duke wants to marry. The Duke wants to marry. So he points to the portrait of his last Duchess, his last wife, painted on the wall, looking as if she were alive. And the portrait is drawn that much skillfully that it looks as if that she is alive, she is living, she is living. I call that piece a wonder. I call that piece. In this piece, this portrait of my last Duchess, it is a wonderful thing. It is a wonderful work of art. I told you that it was drawn by a great master of art. A great master of art. Now, Fra Pandolf's hands. Fra Pandolf, a great painter and sculptor. The name of a painter. The name of a painter, Fra Pandolf. Hands work busily a day, and there she stands. Now, from these lines, he wants to convey the message to his readers that Fra Pandolf, who is a great master of art, I have called him for drawing this portrait. And even he was not allowed to spend more time with her. Only one day was allowed to him. Only one day. Clear? So it shows his love with his wife, and also shows that he is that much interested in art. He is that much, you can say, admirable a person of art, that he has called that much a great master of art for drawing that picture. So as I told you in the beginning, that he also shows that he is interested in art. He is interested in art. Fra Pandolf's hand worked busily a day, and there she stands. Will it please you sit and look at her? Now he asked the messenger to sit down and look at her properly. Clear? He asked the messenger to sit down. I said, Fra Pandolf, by design, for never read strangers like you that pictured countenance, the depth and passion of its earnest glance, but to myself they turned and seemed as they would ask me. Now, the messenger might have asked some questions, not orally, but through some gestures. Or the Duke may look into the eyes of the messenger, and the Duke might have concluded that the messenger wants to ask some question. ठीक है? तो Duke ने खुद जवाब दे दिया, क्योंकि no other man is supposed to talk in monologue. ठीक है ना? तो उन्होंने खुद से जवाब दिया कि you are not the first one to ask the question. Whosoever comes and looks at this picture, he asks different questions. And what are those questions? वो नीचे आते हैं. ठीक है ना? तो you are not the first one. तो इस वजह से ये उन्होंने लिखा है कि and there she stands. Will it please you sit and look at her? I said, Fra Pandolf, by design mean intentionally. By design mean intentionally. Intentionally mean purposely. Mungatawi qasdan. By his own will. By his own will, apni mercy se. By design, for never read strangers like you. Whosoever comes and read the face of my beloved, the strangers like you, that pictured countenance and who looks at this face. Countenance mean face. Countenance mean face. Pictured mean to look at. Yani all the strangers, including you. मैंने आपको कहा ना कि the Duke felt that the stranger asked something. ठीक है ना? तो वो कहते हैं कि you are not the first one or you are not the only one. But all the strangers who are coming and look at this countenance, this face, and they see the depth and passion of its earnest glance, and when they look into the eyes of my beloved, so they observe a kind of seriousness. Earnest means seriousness, gravity or graveness. Grave, serious eyes. Earnest glance means serious eyes. But to myself they turn. So at that time they turn towards me and want to ask me that where this gravity has been, how this gravity is produced, how this seriousness is produced. You might have observed different artists. نقص لك caricatures from أرسل Dracula شكرا وبديك جاء كم feelings دي وكم passion فكي بياتا سيو سري create that is something great كنا لكوس the خندات picture شو يا الجرات picture شو يا جالس كنا سبلس مسخرة وندشوا هو فكي تخلك هاودي وش the feelings فكي تسوق فيش create ده وده جران كارد لك shyness should feel ساعة فكي هو shyness the seriousness become the earnestness. ठीक है क्या? that is something great है. मुझे बता होगा तो मुझे ना बता ठीक हो the shyness become the singer create करे पति या देख the seriousness this तरह की singer आते रहते हैं. No, the art is great इससे ज़्यादा. मुझे हमारा दाता पोस्ट करूँ जितने आवाज़ नहीं चलते हमारा दाता पोस्ट है. So प्राची अगली देता है रानी. सही है क्या? तो it shows his interest in the art. It shows his interest in the art of its earnest gleam, but to myself they turned. Bracket में लगा कि since none puts by the curtain I have drawn for you but I, and no one is allowed to draw the curtain. Only I am supposed to draw the curtain from this picture, which I have done for you. सही है क्या ना? ندام ना लगी नहीं यार सोच दराजी वो तो बस गुली दे बता ना كسوكرازي وغلا بصير بلاكار تنزل الحكومة سيدا كان الحكومة بيوتا ديرا पर्दा की शादी ठीक तक है अच्छा तो and seemed as they would ask me that was the bracket ना चिपरा कम खबर रहा शोरो दा कना नो आगे दे सर लिंक करता we all the strangers they turn to me and ask the same question when they observe the seriousness in the eyes of my beloved, and seem as they would ask me if they durst. If they durst mean if they have got the courage to ask me the question. If they can ask, if they have the courage, if they can dare ask the question. D-A-R-E. How such a glance came there? So this is the question that most of the strangers are asking from me. How this earnestness, this depth, that kind of eyes are the glance they are created here. So not the first are you to turn and ask this. So you are not the first to turn towards me and ask this question. Before you, a lot of people have asked the same question. That how this seriousness and this beauty is created. So not the first are you to turn and ask this, sir. It was not her husband's presence only called the sport of joy into the Duchess' cheek. Now there is a very beautiful kind of that dimple. That's what it is, dimple. So that is called a sport of joy. Sport of joy. ठीक है ना डिश on the juice dimple. So that sport of joy what we gonna dimple. So it is not only for her husband that she is smiling and there is that spot of joy in her face. It was not meant only for her husband. اوس یو تا غیبت او هغه نقصانونه وته شروع کړل چې دا ما ولې کړه. صحیح ده کنه؟ نو دې دې نه شروع شو خبره چې it was not the presence of her husband only. It was not only for her husband that she was smiling and that she was happy and there was that dimple in her face. Perhaps का pronunciation दो मैंने आपको बताए थे ना. अच्छा तो ये perhaps है, ठीक है. Frapendolf chance to say mean might have said, may say, chance to say. It is also possible that Frapendolf might have told her कि दिशी چې په دې باندې خوشاله شي او دا سپورت اف جای دا د کې راغلی وي چې Frapendolf څه آرټیست چې دا تصویر جوړاو. صحیح ده کنه؟ نو هغه په بدن ته مخ ته کینو لینو تصویر به جوړ کړی کا نو کې دي چې هغه ته خبر کړي څه خبره وته کړي. Her mental lips over my lady's wrist too much. The dress ta صفته ولا کړی the dress we start a mental arrest باندې چې ستا کوم دا rest د کلای ته وی کنه کلای دې دغه چې ستا کوم ډریس راغلی کپڑا راغلی دا نو هغه د ډیر پټکړی دا ماته سم نه ښکاري. صحیح ده کنه؟ نو دا ډیر راغلی نو I cannot draw that. صحیح ده کنه؟ او یو ته دا ویلی چې you are that much beautiful that I cannot create that beauty in your picture. نو په دې باندې خوشاله شي په دې وړو ریمارکس او په دې وړو خبرو باندې نو بس خوشاله شي دا نو خندلی دي نو دا ټیمپل څه کړه ده په زماره لپاره نه دی دی کوي دا یو زماره لپاره نو. صحیح ده. اچھا تو her mental lapse over my lady's wrist too much. her mental उसका जो ड्रेस है mental refers to their dress cloth तो वही है ना. lapse mean it hangs. بعد خذوا يا دي چې راکمه ابایا چولی نو دې دا ځنی دا سم تاسو غټی دا سره تاسو اق شي یادي. So that lapse over my lady's wrist too much. or یا بل یو خبره وکړي faint must never hope to reproduce the faint half blush that dies along her throat. My painting it cannot produce that half flush, that half reddishness that lies around your throat. So it was a praising kind of comment. It was a kind of admiration for her. ठीक है ना? So at that time she might have smiled. So the smile or that sport of joy, it was not meant only for her husband, but Frapendolf might have praised her, and he might have told her that the half flush, the half reddishness that lies mean that lies around your throat. My paint cannot produce that in the painting. مونږ یو کنه به مثلا الفاظ نشي چې پکې بیان کوم دا څه خبرې کیږي نو آرټ کې بیا خلک داسې بیانې چې لکه ما paint that is very much weak in front of your beauty. अच्छा thanks.